Welcome to Aging Insights. I'm Grace Egan, Executive Director of the New Jersey Foundation for Aging. Our mission is to promote policies and programs that enable seniors to live with independence and dignity in their communities. Aging Insights TV program is produced to provide information and resources to boomers, seniors, and caregivers. When the Foundation worked on the Elder Economic Index, it was clear that more than 260,000 seniors who live alone or in elder couple households are living in or on the edge of poverty. There are many public benefits programs that may assist seniors who deal with the daily question of choosing between prescriptions, food, heat, and utilities. It is important to know how to access these programs. Today, we're going to look at community services and the pharmaceutical assistance programs. I'm joined today by two experts from the New Jersey Division on Aging Services. Louise Rush, Deputy Director, and Dennis McGowan, Manager of the Area Agencies on Aging Administration. This division is in the New Jersey Department of Human Services. Welcome both of you. It's very happy that you're here. There's a lot to talk about. We know that New Jersey is home to 1.8 million older adults over the age of 60. And from our work in the Elder Index, we know that 260,000 people live on the edge of poverty or in poverty. And oftentimes as people age, their economic situation becomes worse. So I bring this up because New Jersey is truly fortunate to have so many public benefits programs. Some are new in terms of addressing new issues, but some are long-standing services, which I think is, New Jersey's been in the forefront. So Dennis, when we get calls in our office, we always tell people and ask them if they've reached out to their county offices on aging or their ADRCs. So can you start the interview by explaining what the county offices on aging can, or the ADRCs can offer their callers?
Sure, yeah, thank you. We have 21 counties in New Jersey, and every county has its own county office on aging. And they're called different things, so sometimes it might be a county office of aging, disability services, and veterans services, but they all deal with senior issues. And there's 21 of them. We actually have, I think Bergen County was actually the first county office in the whole country to focus on senior issues. And our own division is this year 60 years old.
That's right.
The law creating
you
us.
You look really good for 60.
I know. So we do the same thing you do. When people call our office, we talk to them a little bit and find out what their issues are. And most of the time, for my side, we do have to send them to their county office on aging where they can get a fuller screening and actually access those services. So some services we have in our division and we actually operate them, but most services are at the county level, so folks need to go to their county to get those services.
And so what types of services would someone maybe be screened for at their county?
Sure. Sort of the biggest one I think is really around nutrition. Folks might be have been injured or they're frail and they need a home delivered meal, so they would call their county and arrange that. If they're mobile, if they can get out and want to socialize and can socialize, then they can go to a community center, usually a senior center or a church basement or something like that, for a congregate meal, and that's a meal you would eat with others.
Right, so I'm just going to interrupt for a second. So both of the programs you mentioned, the home delivered meals, which people often think of as Meals on Wheels, or a congregate nutrition site, these do not require income eligibility.
Correct.
So, it's based on need or the idea that somebody wants that socialization. So I think that's really helpful to know. So what other services? I mean, I need a ride. I want a home health worker. I mean, are those things people call about?
All those things. Basically, anything you think you might need as a senior, I would call your county office on aging first and get the information. Because they either have the program, they contract out for the program, or they know the local resources who may be working with that. And those do change county by county. So some counties decide that transportation is really the most important thing in their county. So they'll take their county dollars and put in a lot for transportation. The next county may say, you know what, meals are really the most important thing for our seniors, so we're going to concentrate on meals, or we're going to concentrate on some home services, some visiting homemaker or home health aides. So it does change a little bit county by county. So you really do need to call your county and ask them what there is. And don't be shy to do it, because they're there to help. They have trained information and referral specialists who answer the phones.
So that might be the first person that someone talks to?
That would be the first person. They would answer the phones. They've been trained on how to interview folks so that they can find out what it is you're looking for. And sometimes people call for one thing, but really something else is going to help them more. So they may
Right.
call because I need help with paying my rent, but then you talk to them and you find out that, you know what, they're really low income, and they may qualify for these other benefits that will help keep their income where they need to be so that the rent isn't a problem anymore. And that's the kind of skills that the information referral people have.
Yeah. You know, we've done a lot of shows, and often SHIP comes up, which is the State Health Insurance
Assistance program.
Assistance
Yes.
program.
The A is silent.
Yeah, the A is silent. But I mean, so there are so many things. I mean, when somebody gets their Medicare claims report or their explanation of services, I mean, there are different things that people can really call up and talk to those SHIP counselors. But as you said, there are so many services that someone can really find out about. Is there information online?
There is online. We have a website where it's ADRC you mentioned earlier, which is Aging and Disability Resource Connection. So we have adrcnj.org. And that is a general resource website. And what we did to build that website is we took a lot of national information, so the information on Alzheimer's Association. We'll have national information in there.
Okay.
But we also took all the resource directories from our 21 county offices on aging and fed that into that same website. So all the information that you may need is there, and it's searchable. Frankly, it's searchable too many ways. You can search in one box, you can search by keyword and other things and find what you're looking for.
And then I'm guessing that the county offices on aging, many of them have their own websites as well.
And they do, yes. Most of the counties do. And from our website, our homepage, we have a list of the 21 county offices on aging, and with a link to all of their individual websites where you can find information on programs in your county.
Yeah. I think that's important because often it's not the senior themselves that's looking, it's their family member. And they may find out that at 11 o'clock at night they're looking online for services. So I think that's important.
Yeah.
So there's a laundry list of benefits that people can apply for. Some of them are income eligible and some of them are not. So I think that's important. And I think that some of the services may ask for a contribution, but that's not necessarily the case for many of the services that are provided. I know that we're really here to talk about pharmaceutical assistance.
Yeah.
And is that the one that somebody would get through your office, or is that one that would people would get help through a county?
A little bit of both, actually, because you had mentioned SHIP, so I just want to go back to SHIP.
Sure.
We have the SHIP office in the directors in our office, but we have 21 county SHIP sites too. Most of those are in the county offices on aging.
Yes.
So if you call the county office on aging with a Medicare question, they'll be able to help you. There's 7, I think, that are in other agencies in their counties where they have the SHIP lead, where they are most of their Medicare counselors are there. So Medicare has a prescription drug program that they started many years ago now. I guess it is many years ago. So some folks can get help through Medicare.
Is that Part D?
That's Part D.
Okay.
Yeah. So some can get it through there.
Okay.
And a SHIP counselor can help you pick a plan that's right for you. But we do have pharmaceutical assistance within our program that are state funded that can really help people who are on Part D or people who aren't on Medicare at all yet get help.
And that's one of the areas that, Louise, you focused on for a long time, right?
Yes.
Can you give us some history about how the pharmaceutical assistance program got started in New Jersey?
Well, yes. The pharmaceutical assistance program started in 1975. It was the first program of its kind.
Wow.
And the most generous. And it was just really taking care of the aged population. But by 1981, it included the disabled population. So therefore now our program is known as the Pharmaceutical Assistance Program for the Aged and Disabled, or PAAD, as we now call
PAD.
it. Or PAD.
You know, it's kind of interesting, when people call our office, I'll ask them if they have pharmaceutical assistance. Well, I've had PAD. Yes, okay, you've got it. So it's very interesting. So, I mean, 1975, that's very early when you think about it.
Yes.
So, and who's eligible for PAD?
So if you're a resident of the state of New Jersey, or you're 65, or between 18 and 64 if you're receiving Social Security disability, and your income for a single person would have to be below $27,189, or if you're a married couple, $33,334.
It's interesting to know the amounts of money, because having done the Elder Index, we really have a sense of what people need to cover their basic expenses. And we also know that 30% of all seniors in New Jersey only get Social Security as their income.
Correct.
So there are individuals that really do have incomes below these dollar values that you just mentioned.
You're correct.
And you know, after you pay your rent and your utilities and whatever, and your health benefits, I mean, you know, I'm sorry, I need to always correct people. Healthcare is not free.
No, it isn't.
You know?
It is not.
It's always surprising to me that people think Medicare is totally free. Well, Part A you've paid for, but the other pieces you have to really cover and pay for. So anyway, so what's the application process for PAD?
Well, you have to apply on an application. It's called our Universal Application, or UA1. These are available by mail, or you can online. Usually you can call our 800 number and ask for one to be mailed out to you. The application, we've changed it over the years. The application now consists of several other programs in addition to the PAD program and Senior Gold program. But there are utility assistance and also Medicare savings program.
So because there's income eligibility, people need to feel comfortable that they can tell you that, you know, what their situation is. So there's documentation that's needed?
Yes, we like to prove that they are a New Jersey resident, the age. If they filed a tax return, we would ask for that also. And if they have any kind of health insurance, medical insurance, we would ask for them to submit the front and back of their insurance cards.
Oh, okay. And so what kind of benefits, once somebody is approved, and how long does the approval process take?
The approval process takes about, I would say, 30 days.
Oh, okay.
And the benefit, if you're deemed eligible, you have to pay a copay. The copay is $5 for any generic drug or $7 for brand name drugs. And we, at the PAD program, we encourage people to join the Medicare Part D plans.
As well, so
as
it's
well.
two.
It's both.
Okay.
Right. And if you are enrolled in a plan already, we will, you know, find out what your plan is named. If it's a plan that's working with the state already, we will take over your premium payment. If not, if you're not enrolled, we will assist you in enrolling based on your drug usage to a plan, a Part D plan that actually covers all your drug, and we also will pay for your premium for your plan.
Well, so that's interesting. So do you end up with two cards?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and when you go to the drugstore, you would take both cards. Medicare Part D would become your primary payer, and the PAD program will become your secondary payer.
Oh, okay. So in reality, then, you may really have reduced your cost for your pharmaceuticals. For
Yes, your
prescription.
cost is really only the $5 or $7 per prescription.
And so can you go to any pharmacy?
Yes.
And some people get their, I didn't think of this before, but some people get their prescriptions mailed to them. Is that covered as well?
Well,
I just didn't think about it
we
before.
we really don't do mail-in pharmacies.
It's not, okay. So if you have a plan that might be mail-in, it might be different how you would access.
Yes.
Okay. I just was thinking. How many people are currently enrolled?
Currently, there's a 120,000 people on the PAD program.
Have you seen that go up and down over the years? Or is it steady?
It's been going down over the years, but since Part D came on board, I think a lot of our seniors don't think that PAD is still out there.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
so
too
we've
bad.
seen the numbers go down, and they don't understand that PAD works in coordination with the Part D plans. We cover your deductibles, your co-insurance, so the cost to you is much less if you have PAD and Part D.
And that's why we do this program.
Yeah.
Because PAD is still there. I do think it's interesting that that you actually work with some pharmaceutical plans. I didn't realize that there was that integration of, you know, the PAD with some of the providers for the Part D. So that's kind of interesting.
Yes.
But it's not all providers of Part D.
Well, we work with what we call the plans that that has the low income benchmark for
okay.
for New Jersey. So we don't work with all the plans, but we work with most plans. Well, basically we will send out, and they would have to agree with the state that, you know, they would send us a bill for their clientele. Some plans don't do that.
Okay.
So if they are in agreement with, you know, providing their formulary at the first of the year when it's open enrollment, so we can match everything. So that's the only reason why we don't work with all of them.
Well, you mentioned open enrollment. There's no particular enrollment period for PAD, right?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
you can apply anytime.
Anytime. So I think that's kind of important. And then if someone is above those income eligibility limits that you mentioned before, there's Senior Gold.
Right. It's the Senior Gold Drug Discount Program, or Senior Gold. The income limits for Senior Gold is $10,000 above the PAD eligibility limits.
So that would be $37,000 or $43,000 for a couple.
Correct.
Okay. I sort of rounded them up, but
Correct.
Okay. And so, and the benefit levels are different?
Much different. While PAD copay is only $5 and $7, Senior Gold copay is $15 plus half the cost of the remaining price of the drug. So it's a little higher, but again, it's a discount program and it's not totally all assistance program.
And does that work with Part D
yes,
as well?
It does. For Part D, we are not responsible for your premium for your Part D plan. You can pick out any plan you want, and
This
we
is
will
with
work
Senior
with
Gold.
it with Senior Gold.
Okay.
For PAD, we work with certain plans. We'll pay your premium. But for Senior Gold, you can pick out any plan that you want, and you're responsible for your own premium.
Are there individuals that only have PAD?
Well, yes, there are individuals.
And they don't have Part D?
Yes, there are some people cannot enroll in Part D if you don't have Medicare.
Okay.
You know, you can't.
Right.
But for the majority of the people that are on the PAD program and on Senior Gold, it's one of the criteria that said if you're eligible to enroll, you must enroll in a Part D plan.
Because I think that's, it's important to know that they work together and that there still is PAD or PAD, and so I think that's good. And if someone feels that they're, you know, a few dollars over the PAD, it's nice to know that Senior Gold is there.
Correct.
So I think that's good. And I, you know, even I wasn't quite so sure what the relationship was with Part D, so it's really, hopefully we're all learning.
Work hand in hand with Part D. The Part D plan actually takes, as I said, they're the primary payer, so the majority of the cost goes to the Part D plan, and the state pays the balance.
That's great. And so I guess we've really covered what my next question was about what older adults and caregivers should know about the program. It would seem to me that if you're eligible, you should apply.
You should apply.
You should apply. Plus, as you said, that universal application really determines some other eligibilities for heat and utilities, or?
Yes. The program actually either we determine eligibility or screen for 7 programs. So the pharmaceutical program is the first, and it covers your pharmaceutical assistance to the age, PAD, and your Senior Gold. Then we have utility assistance, and that would cover the Lifeline utility assistance and tenant assistance. We also screen for the Universal Service Fund and also for low energy heat assistance, light heat.
Right.
And it also covers your Medicare Savings Program, and that's the program that, as you said earlier, you have to pay for your health insurance. It pays for your Medicare Part B premium.
Right, if you're income eligible, and that's, I think, very important because people can get help with Part B, which is very nice, so thank you. And is there a recertification? I mean, is this something that you have to kind of keep up-to-date records of who's eligible?
Well, you know, with today's technology, we have different databases with, you know, the federal government that we cross-match their income. So unless there is some income that, you know, that we didn't know of, and when we cross-match it, it peaks out. Like you went back to work, for instance. You know, we will send you an application so that you can update your income.
Okay, I get it. I think that's important. But so it's good to know that, and if somebody was turned down, I was going to say, you know, we know that as people get further away from their working years, that they may have less assets at 75 or 70 or 80. Do you see people coming back in to apply for PAD?
Well, we really don't, I would say, look at the different ages who come in the door. But we do see where people came in the door when they first retired and for whatever reason went back to work and then they were over income again.
Right.
And so we would either switch them to senior gold or they're totally off everything.
Right.
But then, as they age, they reapply and they're back
good.
on. So
Okay.
we encourage, if you were ever terminated from the program, from either program, to reapply as soon as your income change or
Right.
your a life event change.
Right, because I think that's important. I mean, it's, those assets, you kind of spend them down, when you're not necessarily getting a regular salary. So I think that's kind of important. So, Dennis, there are a lot of other resources, and so I guess I was recently asked how somebody would know about new benefits or other benefits if they're 85 or 90 and homebound, and so I guess that's kind of an outreach question when you get right down to it.
It is, yeah, and as we know, or maybe we don't know.
We don't know. That's okay.
Advertising can be very expensive. So
Yep, it can.
buying a one full-page ad in the
Right.
newspaper may be several $1,000s. So we don't have really advertising budgets just on a normal basis. So we do rely a lot on the counties to do what they do great, which is be in the community all the time. They go to senior centers to make presentations.
Right.
And when they go to talk about something particular, if it's tax season and they want to talk about tax
Right.
assistance, they're also there talking about all their other programs. We do have a small grant right now to help promote some of the programs that help people pay for their Medicare. And with that, we did have some advertising dollars. So one of the things we did is we funded 12 of our counties to do specific work to try to find low-income people to sign them up for these benefits. And with that, they have some dollars for advertising. So some of the counties are doing ads on the sides of buses.
Oh, sure.
They've done placemats in diners. They've done some small cable TV ads or some newspaper ads. A lot of it has really been on promotional materials and things like that so that when they go to fairs, they can promote these programs and have people contact them. At the state level, we've actually, for the first time as a department, we've bought some Facebook ads. So we're running Facebook
there you
ads.
go.
Yeah.
Good for the caregiver.
Yes, that's it. And we're aiming for caregivers and seniors.
And
You
seniors.
can say what ages you're shooting for.
Okay.
So we're shooting for the 35 to 55-year-old and then also for the 65
So
and
have
above.
they started Facebook ads?
They have started. We've only run them in 5 counties at first.
Oh, okay.
For budgetary reasons and also
Sure.
for targeting, because those are seniors with high numbers of seniors and high
Sure,
number of low-income seniors. But it's been working really, really well.
Right.
So we're looking forward to the next month purchase.
So how would a viewer or their caregiver find them on Facebook? Because I'm just curious, because I have a limited experience in terms of who I see on Facebook. So how would I find
That
the
is the
ads?
same with me.
No, tell
But
us
the
how
ads
to do
will,
it.
well, the ads will pop up because they're sort of smart ads. So they've figured
Okay.
out what you've looked at. And if you are a lower income senior or just any senior, or
Okay.
if you've looked for things for your mom,
Okay.
there might be some keywords that are in there in the Facebook formula. And basically that'll it'll just pop up in your feed or
Oh,
on the
really?
news thing on the side. And then what we're sort of counting is how many people are clicking on them. And I don't have
Right.
the stats for the first month,
Right.
but within the first week, we had about 1,000 people click
That's
on
pretty
that
good.
ad.
That's pretty good.
So, and it takes them right to the UA1 application page. So we don't want to waste too much time between the ad and them getting the application in
Right.
their hands.
Well, I think that's also very helpful that people can find out how to apply right away for some of these programs. And I think that you also mentioned that while the application is not printable, but they can download it and fill it out and
Correct.
send it in. So I think that's very helpful too. Kind of old school, getting the pens out, filling it in.
Yeah.
But we are working to try to have it where they can fill it out online and also submit it online. So that's our next step in the journey, to try to make it as easy as we can,
Right.
so that the caregivers or either
Right.
the senior self that's tech savvy can just do their thing.
Exactly. What's also interesting on Facebook is there's a share button. So your 1,000 could share it with,
Correct.
Yeah.
5 other people, and then you'd be, up to 5,000.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
grow.
Yeah.
So I think that's very helpful. And so I do think there's so many other benefits. Is there anything that you really feel is important for, the caregivers or the seniors that are watching Aging Insights? Because we're fortunate, we have a lot of viewers.
Well, I have sort of the two things. One is find your county office on aging.
True.
Call your county office on aging and find out what they have. They do have their own resource directories, their
They do.
websites, so everything that you might need might be there. And the second thing is the UA1 application. When you print it out, it's going to be a lot of pages because it asks a lot of questions.
It
But
asks
it
a lot of
is,
questions.
there's really only like 2 questions per page, but it's in big boxes. We want you to fill them in the boxes. Don't be intimidated by that application. Just get through it and send it in. It does ask some resource questions.
I was going to say.
And PAD does not have resource limits. It's just an income-based. But the resources are asked for those other benefits we were talking about that help you pay for Medicare.
Well, I do think that, you know, as I said in the beginning of the program, there are so many public benefits programs out there in New Jersey, and some of them are historical. I mean, starting prescription assistance in 1975, you know, New Jersey was really ahead of the curve, and so I really think that there's so much that people shouldn't sit home wondering how they're going to pay that next bill. They should be reaching out, and as you said, call their county office on aging, and we always offer the hotline numbers at the end of the show too. So I really appreciate you being here. It was a wonderful discussion. I know we're all a little intimidated about the cameras, but you know it really came together well. So thank you very much. So
Thank you.
so this was Aging Insights, and we are produced by the New Jersey Foundation for Aging. We want to remind you to find out about senior services that we talked about today, to contact your county office on aging. You will see a listing of their numbers on our website or on the state website, and you can use the state hotline number to find out how to get directly to your county office on aging, and that's 1-877-222-3737. Or you can reach out to PAD, PAAD, or Senior Goal directly by calling 1-800-792-9745. Thank you for watching this episode of Aging Insights, and remember, aging is everyone's business.